Hello everyone, in this lesson we're gonna look at how we do the general ledger. I have an example here. It's activity 2. We're gonna read the instruction and I'll show you how we do the general ledger. The first instruction here, requirement, they say record the following transaction in the books of Lerato Gardening Service for January 2011. In accounting, the date is very important, so it means all the dates that we have there for January 2011. And then the first thing, we'll close off the accounts. I'll show you how to do that, and then we prepare the trial balance. We'll do that in our next video. I'll show you the trial balance in our next video. Let's start with the first instruction. Okay, on the first, Lerato deposited 10,000 in the bank as capital contribution. Okay, you need to know what will be debited when you do what will be credited when you do what. Capital is credited when it increases. So we're going to go to our general ledger. In our general ledger, we have a heading capital, and then we are going to credit it. On your right, it's credit, or on the general ledger. On your left, it's debit. It's always like that. So in this space, we write the date is Jan, and then the January the 1st. And then here, the capital went to the bank. So this is the counter account, and then the amount is 10,000. After doing that, you have to go to the counter account and do similar thing here. In the bank, you received 10,000. So bank is an asset. When asset increase, they are debited. So you're gonna write on the debit side. It's gonna be Jan 1. We got 10,000. From where? From capital. Then here you write capital. This is our first entry. Let's look at the second one. On the second, bought a lawnmower for 4,500 and paid by check. So equipment is an asset. Asset, they are debited when they increase. We write the date here. It's Jan here, and the second here. And then our account is the equipment. The equipment, the money was from the bank, because equipment is an asset. When it increases, we debit it. And then how much was the amount? It was 4,500. Then we go to the bank. The bank is an asset. When you buy something, your money in the bank will decrease. An asset, when an asset decreases, is credited. So we're going to write it here. It's Jan the second, and then it decreased because of equipment. For how much? For 4,500. Let's look at the third transaction. On the third, he bought fertilizers, insect killers, and seeds for 490 and paid by check. The fertilizers and seeds and all of that, they are consumables, meaning that you're gonna consume them. You're not gonna get them back. You're gonna use them and use them up. And then these consumables are expenses. So expenses are debited when they increase. So the date is the 3rd. We start with Jan, then the 3rd, and then how much? 490. And then they bought by cash, by check. So it means the money from the bank. Now we go to the bank. This money, we went and bought consumables from the bank. So it means the bank decreases. Jan 3rd, and then consumables for 490. Okay, so you can try the rest of the entries, and then pause the video, try the rest of the entries, and then I'll do them for you after you've tried them yourself. Right, I have done all the entries for you here. So you need to pause the video or take a screenshot and then check your work. And then let's see the last part. And then you can check your work and see whether you are correct. If you're not correct, check what you did wrong. this subject you have to practice. You can't look at it and think you got it. I got it because I've written it correctly. You haven't got it. You have to practice. Now I'm going to do number 2. It says close off the account. When we close off the account, any account that has more than one entry, you add it up. But with bank, I'll come back to it because it has the debit and the credit as well. All these accounts like current income, it only has the credit. Consumer, it only has the debit. So you just add them up and write a total for them. Okay, we've added them up. For equipment, it gives you 5,320, and then consumables 770, and then the other ones, the current income 1,859, and the like wages, it only has one entry. You don't have to add it up, it's only alone. Now I want us to concentrate on the bank. The bank has both the credit side and the debit side. So when you have a entry like that, when you have an account like that, you add both sides and then you look at which one has the bigger number. Then you write the bigger number here in the total for both of them. Let's do that. Now when you add both sides, you find that the debit side is the biggest with 11,859. So you write on both sides 11,859 on your debit side, 11,859 on your credit side. And then you find the amount that it's needed. If I add everything here, what must I add to get that? Right, when you add all these amounts on the credit side, you got 6,910. That's how you knew that your debit side is greater. Now you need that amount here. How do you get that? You say 11,859 minus the 6,910. So the amount that you get is 4,949. This amount is called balance carried down. Is the amount that will add to give you this. Then that will be done at the end of the month. So your date will be 31 January. So on your debit side, it will be balance brought down. And that will be on the last day of the month, the 31st of January. And the balance brought down will be 4,949. When you open the books for February, this will be the amount for the bank. It means in your bank, you have 4,949 by the end of January. So that's how you close the accounts. In our next lesson, I'll show you how we do the trial balance.